Michael Myers and the Grabber, I believe they are in the same universe, and also they're just very alike. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about both of them, the Grabber and Michael Myers, why I believe they're very similar. Let's just start with Michael Myers himself. His plot takes place in a small town called Haddonfield, Illinois. Now in this town, there's not that many people there. It's just a small town where just people go do their doings, and Michael Myers does the same thing as well. But in this movie, when he was younger, he killed his older sister, and that is why he ended up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium when he was young. And he was there locked up for 15 years, guys. For 15 years, he was locked up. He escaped from prison when he was 21 years old. A big difference between Michael Myers and the Grabber is that Michael Myers doesn't really talk. He doesn't really show much emotion, but like the Grabber, he actually does. They both use cars to go around the town and actually do their biddings. Like for Michael Myers in the first movie, when he was stalking Laurie Strode and her friends, while the Grabber, he was kidnapping children one by one, as many as he could. In the book called Taking Shape, Developing Halloween from Script Scream, written by Dustin McNeil and Travis Mullins, it was stated there's no clear reason for why Michael Myers kills. He simply does. The motivations of fellow slashers Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees are at least partly rooted in vengeance, but not with Michael. He seems to target Laurie and her friends entirely at random. And that's what basically Michael does. And I believe the Grabber does that as well. He chooses to kidnap kids at random. One difference that might be really different about Michael Myers and the Grabber is that Michael Myers has Dr. Loomis as his psychiatrist, and probably the Grabber, he doesn't really have anybody that he can speak to, just only maybe his brother. But like, in the movie, his brother doesn't have a clue what he was up to. While developing the character for Michael, the screenwriters, who were John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, go to great lengths to dehumanize the slasher, even referring to him as the Shape in scene direction. This shows what John Carpenter and Deborah Hill were thinking. They really didn't want Michael Myers to be like an actual serial killer. They just wanted to dehumanize him. Even on the credits, at the ending, once you see the original movie, it says The Shape. They don't really call him Michael Myers. There's actually no ulterior motive for Michael Myers at all. He just kills because it's the thing that he's just meant to do. He believes that is why he does what he does. And now let's talk about the Grabber. We don't really get to know much about his ulterior motive as well. We just know that he likes to kidnap kids, mostly boys. And the movie actually takes place in 1978 in Denver, Colorado. The Black Phone is basically a gateway for all the ghosts to talk to Finn when he needs help. All those ghosts that Finn speaks with are basically victims that were trying to escape from the Grabber, but they failed to. And so there's one huge thing that makes the Grabber different than Michael Myers is basically his mask that he wears. He wears 3 different masks. One that he's really smiling. There's one that he's like very serious. And close to the ending, there was one that he wore that showed his mouth and showed half his face. Like, Shao Kahn, something like that, I'm not really sure what all those masks can represent, but my take is for the last mask that he uses, that's basically like he's in barbaric mode. Like he really wants to kill somebody. And he actually did. He actually killed his own brother, which was insane. Both the Grabber and Michael Myers, they killed their siblings. So that's another thing that makes them similar to each other. That's what I think as well, that when he killed his brother, he made him like more of a barbaric person. And the good thing is that Finn made it alive. against him. He actually murdered him with the black phone itself. He actually was trying to avoid the black phone at all costs. He was able to hear the phone, but he kept denying it and denying it. That's when he actually went insane. The reason why he ignores the phone when it rings is because he feels shame and guilt when he killed those boys. Another thing is that the black phone itself is just like his own sins haunting him. There was an actual reason why the grabber actually killed his brother. He found out that he was the one that was keeping all those children locked up in the basement. So yeah, that was the main reason why he did that. And according to Michael Myers, when he killed his sister, there was actually no reason whatsoever. I gotta say, like, the concept of evil in both Grabber and Michael Myers, it's just basically you don't know when they will actually attack. For example, both of them, it could be anybody. Like, you don't know who it might be. They could be in unsuspecting places at all costs. They could be in unsuspecting places, and maybe the guy right next to you or your neighbor, it could be the person that kills, you know? Another thing that makes the Grabber and Michael Myers similar is that both of their stories, it takes place in the suburbs, both in the small towns. In Denver, Colorado for the Grabber, and Haddonfield, Illinois for Michael Myers. They're both small towns, and they go and try to hunt their prey. They try to hunt the people that they want to kill. But like the main thing about Michael Myers and the Grabber, both of them, they don't have no ulterior motive. In the first movie for Halloween 1978, it didn't really show why Michael Myers was doing this. He was just doing this out of pure evil, like how Dr. Loomis said. And for the Grabber, there was no ulterior motive as well. He mentioned to Finn that his father or like his parents, they used to take him on the basement, and they did the same thing to him. Like, he mentioned it a little bit to Finn, and maybe you could take that in considerance, but maybe not. It could be something else why he does what he does. Another similarity that I found between the Grabber and Michael Myers is that both of them, they wear a mask. And that's basically it, guys. That's basically what I believe the reason why the Grabber and Michael Myers are very similar. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. As always, guys, live to the fullest.